Teutonick versus Hellblader.
Welcome back, Forts fans, to another 1v1 replay commentary here on SynergyGamingTV. As you guys can hear, it sounds like I'm in a bathtub. That is because I am in a new location in a dungeon. Doesn't have a whole lot of sound dampening on the walls, but don't worry, I am on it. So, without further ado, now that you know the situation, let's introduce our players. On the left-hand side, at the time of recording, rank number 6, playing Spook, it is Teutonick. And his opponent, a name I haven't heard before yet, rank number 7, playing Pinchfist. It is Hellblader. Now, this game was submitted in around July, I believe July 6th or 7th. I think this replay came in, so it's a little bit old, but I've been busy trying to get things organized in life. So let's see what we got going on here. Teutonick. Going for that economy. As we know on the map Ledge Grab, you don't need to add turbines because you have the energy production of 2 cores. So we can see here going for the storages right away. Teutonick looking like he's going to move into tier 2 technology here right away. Hellblader going for that tier 1 quite far. I was going to say far behind. That's not true. He's quite ahead actually. Teutonick here. Wow. That's actually substantial difference, guys. Look at the timing on this one compared to the timing on the laser tech coming out here. What's it called? Factory coming out here. Storage is already placed down. Teutonick seems to be a little bit behind here at the moment. Hopefully he's going to be able to drop down his tier 2 technology soon. As you can see here, boom, there it is. So cannons versus lasers, what we're going to see here. We're already 1/3 of the way complete at the factory, though. That puts Teutonick quite far behind in the situation here. You can see Hellblader going for that 5th mine economy. That will add up, especially when you have 2 cores worth of metal. Having an additional mine there, you know, that 4 metal per second can end up being a rather large differential in the gameplay. So hopefully Teutonick here get down his weapons soon and then follow up with that mine. Now, as you know, if you watch the devices tutorial video on the channel, you will see the actual math and calculations of how mines and when to place mines down and when to upgrade mines works. So essentially, in a nutshell, the longer this 5th mine stays here for Hellblader, the further Teutonick gets behind. Now, in top tier matches, economy isn't quite as important. It's more the strategic play of whether or not you can get the door snipe or whether or not you can puncture right for the core. There's lots of other deciding factors. But if the game goes long, that extra mine becomes more and more useful. There we go. Check that out. The German fire beam resistant wall. Super good to see the sandbags. The pinnacle of German technology. If you guys haven't seen the fire beam video yet, check it out on the channel. Link is down below in the description. So we can see here that Hellblader is quite ahead here, going for his laser tech. Now, this is something we talked about a little bit in the stream that we did, well, quite a while ago now, about making cannons and lasers the same size. So it makes it harder to predict which weapon is coming your way. Just thought it'd be kind of a neat change, even if it's only in temporarily, maybe a season or 2, and see how it plays out. I definitely think that making them a little bit larger would be kind of interesting. Now, you can also play the mind game in this sense, where if you build them these sized boxes, the 52 metal tall boxes, and then put lasers in them, you can also psych out your opponent by you know, them thinking that cannons are coming, and then boom, you're hit with lasers. So there is possibilities that way as well, but I think it would be a lot more interesting for mind games, especially with someone like it would be a buff to Phantom, because you'd be able to essentially kind of hide what your technology is, what your weapons are, and then move them into position and fire. You could also go both technologies, and, you know, as you're transitioning into the later game, you could then you know, have a cannon building somewhere in your base. Not exactly this map, but someone building in your base, you could fire a laser, then swap out to a cannon from the same location and fire it out. If you had to build larger boxes, it takes away a little bit more of the mind games. So something to think about. Something kind of might be interesting. Teutonick here getting ready to add in his 2nd cannon. I think he's realizing that this isn't quite high enough right now. No, he's just making a quick adjustment. Not a problem. Now we're going to see, oh, double plasma coming out of Hellblader. That is something I have never seen in a map. Typically you want to use a fire beam. Fire beam softens up the bracing here. You can see Teutonick already ready with his shields in the front. We've got sandbag wall to prevent everything. So he knew already what was coming because of the size of the boxes. Now, we've got a sniper there ready to pick. This is going to be his fire beam sniper, so to speak. Little does he know there are no fire beams on the map. We've got a little bit of energy generation coming out of Hellblader here. See, Teutonick does this janky build here. The main reason... Oh, great shot there, and hits the shield. Oh, Hellblader does a little bit of damage to himself. They're going to repair that door. You can see on this map here, because ledge grab ends up tipping the base as you continue to add weight down here, you can see Teutonick decided to make this background bracing here and then placing the turbines below that so that the tipping of the base as it gets heavier doesn't impede the efficiency of the turbines. That's actually very, very smart. Very, very smart here. Cannon almost finishing up here. Single cannon rush. Typically, when you see pinch fist builds, there's 2 cannons there. With the spook rush, only 1. This is definitely the safer way to play it. You can do 2 cannons, but you're going to have less doors and less stuff there. The shield goes down there. Hellblader manages to pick that apart, sees that the shield goes down, and manages to whiff the shot, though. And this is going to give Teutonick an opportunity to make a great shot here. I'm not sure why this extra door is out there. Maybe just splash resistant. I cannot believe that shot, you guys. Did you see that? It literally went over this door node and hit there. Great sniper shot from Teutonick. Fantastic job. They're definitely applying the pressure he needs to hold back Hellblader and his plasma onslaught. Now, are we going to see a transition? I'm not sure why gunners are coming out here. This seems like a whole lot of waste of resources, to be blatantly honest. I like to see the sandbag wall here is looking good. Help tank some of that damage. But we're seeing mini gunners. Okay, so we're transitioning there to mini gunners to eat up those sandbags. I'm going to assume cannon shot there. Takes out the door, does some splash damage onto the plasmas. And then, of course, following up with the... sniper. Now, this is something that we don't see a lot in Bronze League hero matches. Essentially, anything rank 20 and below. A lot of players don't take advantage of their snipers, but you can see there Teutonick not even sure if he makes the full penetration through all the layers, but he just fires the cannon, then instantly grabs the sniper to shoot anyway. Great plasma shot coming from Hellblader there, although he does hit the shields that Teutonick had placed in there earlier. He's getting a little bit of rebuilding here to see if he can get a sandbag wall in place, but now Hellblader realizes that there are shields in the way. Very good to see Hellblader checking out and realizing that there's not a whole lot of armor in front of the core and that he would be able to basically plasma right through there. Great job there. You can see here Hellblader using his mini gunners takes out a turbine and applies a little bit more pressure here to Teutonick here, adding another shield. Now keep in mind, you guys, with the dual cores happening here right now, there's lots of energy generation to handle shields on this map specifically. Minigunners taking out another turbine here, the sniper down below. This is something we talked about in the fire beam video. If you guys haven't seen that, again, make sure to check it out. You want to see more and to see less sniper, 1 high, 1 low. That gives you the best opportunity to cover the most angles with your snipers to help apply the most amount of pressure. Now, we do need to see some more weapons coming in here from Teutonick. A single cannon is not going to win this game. Great sniper shot there. Just applying that pressure, right? This is something that's very, very important. Snipers are basically designed just to apply some pressure here. Teutonick missing that opportunity to fire his sniper and getting one of those minigunners as it was shooting. It does take quite a few rounds, actually, to kill a sniper, believe it or not. So you have that opportunity. If there's only a single one firing, you definitely have that opportunity to fire back. There we go. So he's just dialing in his sniper here right now. Teutonick just trying to get the angle. He's a little bit low. There it is. Now he's got it zoomed in or dialed in. Scope is sighted exactly where he wants it. Now you can see here another... Oh my God, great door snipe. If you guys are not aware or missed what happened there, you can see that the door here is exposed. So Teutonick was basically just waiting for that door to open. A big mistake here from Hellblader, leaving doors exposed. Lets him know exactly when... Or sorry, lets Teutonick know exactly when he's about to fire the plasma. This is not a good situation here right now. Let's hit the F8 key. We're sitting here at 9 minutes. You guys will have a timer on the screen. No, you won't, because there are no timers. So there is no timer on the screen. That is right. So 9 minutes into the match. Looking good here right now. Applying some more pressure. Again, Teutonick following up with that sniper shot is just so awesome to see. Just so awesome to see. Minigunners coming in here right now. And there we go. Shot again, following up with that sniper. I do think Teutonick needs to get his lower sniper on a hotkey. I don't think he does right now. There it is. It might be, might not be. So we've talked a little bit about snipers in the fire beam video. If you guys haven't seen that, again, make sure to check it out in the video description. There'll be a link to the video. But about one of the things that we talk about is snipers and sniper usage and how they're very, very good against fire beams. But one of the biggest key things is you've noticed in all these top tier matches, great minigun volley, by the way, but you've noticed in all these top matches, there's always snipers. The players are always using snipers, trying to get those extra picks, trying to get a little bit of extra damage, a little bit of extra harass. It's very, very important. Now, one of the things that professional RTS players do on a regular basis, great shot there from Hellblader, getting right on those micro doors. Great shot. So one of the things that the top tier players in RTS games do, specifically StarCraft 2, is that they hotkey certain elements to certain hotkeys all the time. So their command zones, for example, typically hotkeyed onto 4 or 5. So taking this same theory that RTS games use and taking your sniper and always hotkeying it to the same hotkey every game helps train your muscle memory. So taking your sniper, I hotkey mine to 4 and 5 are typically my snipers if I have more than one. My weapon grouping, sometimes I separate the weapons if I'm doing things like fire beams or cannons, and then I put each cannon on a separate hotkey, sometimes, depending on the situation. But snipers are always on 4 or 5. So if you equip your snipers to hotkeys that are consistent between every match, it gives you the ability to get very, very quick with your muscle memory to use your sniper to get those nasty picks, you know, a door snipe or something like that, because you've got the hotkey already. So kind of a bit of a stalemate here right now. That was a great shot from Hellblader there. You can see he took the wood just out here at the bottom and managed to take out all of the metal in the micro doors. That was a fantastic shot. Good thing Teutonick there had the shield ready to go, getting the weapon built first before he's able to fire it. Shields there, tanking a lot of that minigunner spam. Things are looking pretty good here for Teutonick. I don't see any swing here at the moment. That's the big thing. Getting dual plasmas. Now, we know that this is a mistake. I don't know why he's just using dual plasmas. He should definitely have some fire beams in there to help penetrate. Those plasmas would do a lot more damage if he was able to fire beam first and then follow up with the plasma. You can see there the double shot. He's got them dialed in. This is not looking good for Teutonick. He needs to get some more armor in the front there. Those plasmas are dialed into those micro doors, and he most likely will get the shot straight through there. If he's not prepared and adds a couple extra layers. Great cannon shot there. Going to apply some pressure. Hits the core. We get a little bit of core damage. And another shot there doing some more damage. So you can see the reload is finished here, but he's unable to fire because he decided to repair first. Now, this is a mistake, a huge mistake on Hellblader. You'll notice that the top tier players, guys like Eaton, Mateo, Geiger, even Teutonick himself, you do what's called a tactical repair. And that means that you fire your weapons first and then repair the doors and things like that. And now it's very, very important to make sure that you do that. Great shots there. Again, Teutonick ready to go, gets the layers in front. So the reason you want to do that is because it allows you to fire first. As you guys know, we talk about in the materials section and the devices section of the tutorial videos, but it does mention that you cannot operate doors while they're repairing. So if you repair while they're open, they stay open. If you repair while they're closed, they stay closed. So you'll notice that the top tier players always want to fire their weapons before repairing. It's actually relatively important. Now you can see here the Hellblader starting to get some awesome harass in on here. Minigunners taking out some of the Chota down here at the bottom. We've taken out some of the sandbags. Great cannon shot. Teutonick has realized he's just done playing this stupid game, and he's going to fire directly at the core. A little bit of a whiff shot there from Hellblader. Manages to take out some of the sandbags. Not doing a whole lot of penetration here. You can see he was aiming for this weak spot right here. Teutonick already ready to go there, though. We do got a little bit of Blinky. A little bit of Blinky. Loses a gunner down there. Gary's are being taken out by the minigunners. Mike, the minigunner, takes out Gary, the gunner. Adding in a little bit of extra wood spam there to protect against cannon shots dropping in on the core. Adding armor in the front. I don't think that's the right response to the cannons hitting that location. I love that shot there. Teutonick just dropping it right on top of the core, dealing with some splash. You can see here, oh my goodness gracious golly me, that is going to be absolutely detrimental for Hellblader. That could possibly be GG. That is absolutely horrendous. The super beats coming in there, showing you guys that was some serious damage dealt. Hellblader is losing this opportunity here right now. Teutonick realizing there's a weakness in the base. We've talked about this a couple times in the replay commentaries. Great shot there into the meat and the veg. We've talked a little bit about it, that we should get that shot first. We'll zoom in here, that this is the weak spot on ledge grab. Now you can see most of the players always build their weapons back here, which is typically where you want it, mainly because you want to have the weight above the ground rather than hanging on this specific bracing. But it also leaves a big opening right here in the base. So you want to make sure that if you are going to build your weapons back here, that you fortify the crap out of this, because the splash damage is going to hit the core, and that is going to be important. Another great play here from Teutonick. Realizes he's taken out the weapons of Hellblader. He turns off his shields. He knows that there's no weapons coming. He's going to gain that extra energy production that he needs there. We've got two turbines down below, and we've got 3 turbines up top here. He ain't having any of that. Turn off his shields, gain that extra energy production. This should give him the opportunity, hopefully, to drop down another cannon here relatively soon. And that can help solidify the game. Another cannon, maybe a howitzer. Howitzer actually would be pretty good in this situation. The angle of the dangle that the Mike, the miniguns have, probably won't be able to hit a howitzer if he manages to drop one down here and take out some of this chota. This is also a situation exactly where you can move into warheads. Now this is where I find warheads to be the most strong, and I definitely think that hopefully when patches come out here relatively soon, that warheads will be moved to late game, and you can see exactly why you'd want to use this. Now you can see that most players will choose nukes over howitzers, specifically just because of the cost and because of their ease of use. So by moving warheads to the late game and then probably increasing the upgrade time and increasing the resources required to upgrade, it will force players, or encourage players, I should say, encourage players to move into howitzers rather than nukes all the time. We'll start to see a little bit more variety of gameplay. Now, another great thing is if you go the workshop early game, you typically want to use warheads. But if you go for the armory early game, howitzers are typically your option there. So, which is why I think warheads moved to late game would be perfect, because it depends on what technology branch you go, which kind of weapon you want to use for clearing. Again, like I said, armory, typically you would want to go a howitzer, but if you go for the workshop, you can then go for nukes. Now you can see here in this specific instance, Teutonick went for both. He could have just placed a howitzer and been done with it. I'm not sure why he decided to use the warhead, but he is in a commanding lead in this game now, and shouldn't be too much of a difficulty. Great shot there from Teutonick. Decides to go for the turbines and ends the game, you guys. GG. Great match. Teutonick versus Hellblader. Spook versus Pinchfest.